For the museum project piece, I decided to take my inspiration from a Meiji era Japanese incense burner. The Meiji period was a period of great change in Japan. So the piece actually has these really bright blue squarish pieces that seem to jump out of the enamel on the exterior. And then when you look a little bit closer, you see all of this almost textural cloisonné wire. So both of these elements really struck me and I found them really interesting. And I decided to look to a really modern form of technology called a laser welder to create my work. So I was looking to create that feeling of those squares jumping out at you in a very organic, fluid way. So you basically hold two pieces of wire, one against the other, and then you shoot a laser beam at the center, and then you hit it all the way around. So it creates a join. And once you've done this, you do it many, many other times. So for example, the piece that I'm wearing on my neck at the moment is a collar piece made entirely on the laser out of stainless steel wire that was on spools, and this has over 600 laser joins on it.
My museum object is an Edo period inkstone box. I chose to echo the rounded shape of the box to hydraulically press out the shape of my three pendants in sterling silver with black and gold lacquer work with really fine details of nature on it. Jewellers were like magpies for gold, so I was drawn into that, and I love natural forms on things, and it had a lot of variations of different kind of shapes on it that I could take inspiration from and apply it to my pieces.
The item I chose was a 1420s beadry bed leg. I was drawn to this because of the line and the form within the piece itself. There was a lot of really interesting patterns, and I really wanted to recreate this in some way. I began drawing the images that I took of the object, and from that I created some really interesting patterns. When creating the piece, I tried to incorporate the design of the piece into the jewellery. So I wanted to keep it quite light because in my drawings the lines are quite fine. When I was creating the pieces, I pierced out the shapes I wanted and then fly pressed them. So from there I had a blank canvas to work on. I used fine wire to create the spherical patterns, so I could tack them using the laser welder, and then from there I soldered them. So this gave me the ability to create complex 3D forms and build up the layers of wires to create more of a 3D object.
The object that directly inspired my Japanese cloud necklace is a Japanese lacquered plate. The aspects of the plate that inspired my piece were the clouds and the dragon, specifically the dragon's tail. The bail, which is this piece here, it is 22 karat gold with silver. It is inspired by the Shinto shrine that is found in Japan. The clouds represent the clouds that are found on the lacquered piece. So these are just sample maquettes. Here is an example of how I actually make the clouds. I wrap them around a cylinder, and then when I'm unraveling, I score and fold and solder, and I keep doing that over and over again.
The object I chose from the museum was an incense burner. It's shaped like a lotus flower. What appealed to me about this object was its soft lines and overall form. It has a certain kind of perfection and simplicity. The challenge then was how to take that and infuse it with Buddhist philosophy. So with the piece that I've made, there are 8 rings on the vessel. Those 8 rings represent the Eightfold Path, those 8 philosophical guidelines. And the colours of the different stones they have different meanings as well in Buddhism. There's also kind of a chamfered edge at the bottom of the vessel, which is 8 sides as well. So there's this reoccurring theme of 8 elements representing the Eightfold Path. It was really difficult to choose just one item. There's just so much stuff here. But it's such a great opportunity, and I'm really pleased with how the piece turned out.